Go again.
Welcome back to episode 8, part 2. One of our party members is taking a break for a while. And as such, I'm going to have them go and collect information about the city, about what's going on. The three of you.
You know what you should do?
What's that?
Text her whatever Text him whatever the quote unquote information is that you're going to give him, and then you have to have actually relay it back to us in character.
That's a really good idea. I think I'm. That's actually a really fucking good idea.
I've been texting someone this entire time and I accidentally hit my fucking phone. Accidentally called them.
Fuck, that hurt.
And they're in this call with someone else.
I was reaching for something and whacked the metal door. I'm fine.
Well,
It's time to go find a serpent.
Am I not allowed to go
Fixing.
find the fucking one person? Maybe, perhaps, maybe, possibly.
You find someone?
that person would definitely not be in the slums that you guys are in right now.
Damn it! Okay.
They'll probably be in the palace area.
It takes money to be eccentric.
Bullshit. This bastard's crazy as I am. If not more.
Indeed. As you make your way down the winding stairs
Let's go murder a serpent.
Are carved into the side of the cliff face, you make your way down into a colder, much darker set of caves and caverns. And to put this into...
Oh no, we're back
guys.
again. Okay.
Vixen, no! Not Dave's boot!
That was such a pain in the ass fucking episode, but I loved it. Every second of it.
I am glad. I'm very appreciative that...
Boot.
As y'all enter into this cave, you notice that most of the area around you is worn smooth in kind of a divot shape. And you can see small claw marks here and there.
Claw marks?
All the small claw marks. What looks like claw marks. Murphy kind of is inspecting one on the side right now.
Oh,
anything you want to do?
Like a basilisk. Investigate the claw marks with Murphy. Try to get an idea of what we're going after right now.
4 explosive shots, because I don't have any of the other shots that I want to fucking have that I haven't talked about yet.
Would this be considered nature knowledge? Like...
Yeah, this would. Roll me a nature off your D20.
Oh, good God. Not with us today. Oh, Chucky got it, though.
Ellie! You kind of spitball out of nowhere. It's a gator.
What?
You don't follow it up with anything else. But you are so sure of yourself, like, you are 1,000% sure. And whether or not you say this out loud is up to you. But you've seen this before. In the marshes near your homeland, they would do this. This is... find a dark, safe spot. And... you could tell where they've been just by this... Yesn't?
Yes.
So are you going to say it to them, or are you going to keep that to yourself?
You what? Chucky?
You.
Do not know.
I
you
speak
meant
in my
I,
head.
Captain.
AYE. Yes. So, as you inform everybody, you kind of just nonchalantly, this looks like a big gator. And the
Gonna,
two of
like-
you and Murphy, have never seen a gator before. You don't know
Which
what
is
a gator
surprising.
is.
What
As
do
a
you mean by
druid.
gator?
That is surprising.
What do
You
you mean
come
by
from,
gator?
like, alligator.
Big,
He's
big
like, is
alligator.
a big one.
I've seen a
like,
gator in person, is it an alligator or a fucking crocodile? I can't remember which one. Or
Alligator
Florida.
has the fat snout. I mean, Florida has. No, does Florida have both?
Florida
I
has
was gonna
both.
say it depends on where you go. They'll have both. Gators mostly
Tampa,
is what I hear
Florida.
of.
The river that I was next to or lived next to between 12th and 13th Street when I was younger. There was a down the road a little ways. There was a little small concrete slab that where a bridge was supposed to be that went over the fucking river. But was hi yeah, that bridge I used the area where the bridge was supposed to be. I remember a specific
Ellie
memory of sitting
actually
there with my uncle.
has interaction with gator. I do not. I've never seen a gator in my life.
No,
unless it
this
was
is
in a zoo.
actually me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So,
It fits.
I'll allow what you know outside of.
Someone may
in
be
here.
joining. Maybe.
Your little buddy.
That is all right, as long as they are not disruptive.
It's that.
You know, I
I'm
don't
assuming
mind.
it's that friend that we had given permission to come before.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're fine.
This
Hell,
being
if they'd want to
said,
join.
Murphy looks at you, Nix, and is like, "What
I
the
think they're
fuck
just
is a
coming to look
gator?"
after me.
Big dinosaur with sharp teeth?
All right
think-
then. So not a dragon, but dinosaur sharp teeth.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
I don't-
That's acceptable.
I don't know if
How
this is
big do
worse than
those
the
get?
serpent. I don't know. Why are
They're
you asking
roughly
me?
about 13 to 15 feet is his maximum
But-
size.
But no. You gotta think. This is they said this was a serpent, so this one's much larger than like in real life. I'm assuming. If we can just walk up in here, this thing's massive.
Well, I mean, tripod from Tampa, Florida is like 15 fucking feet long.
But you gotta think like we're walking, like standing
I'm
as a
assuming you know
person.
who tripod is.
We're standing as a person in a tunnel it dug, which means that it has made a tunnel
Get
large
punched.
enough for us to stand in it. That's a massive
And
ass fucking
Murphy's-
gator.
Murphy's not a little guy.
He's
Murphy
taller than
is
both of us,
about
I'm sure.
7 foot tall. He is a
When the
massive
fuck was
dude.
this knowledge given to us?
It wasn't.
It should have been given, but Murphy's about 7 foot tall outside of his armor.
When the fuck was this?
It wasn't
It
given
should
to
have
us before.
been- Yeah, I'm expounding on Murphy a little bit. And the cave is still about 3-4 feet taller than Murphy.
This is a massive ass fucking gator. What the fuck?
That's not a gator.
That's
That's
a
more like
dinosaur.
Resident.
what?
What is it?
Oh,
Resident Evil 4 or 3? Maybe it was 2.
2.
The remastered version is what I'm
Ha!
thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know
I-
that boss fight then.
Hmm.
No, she was watching me do the gameplay of the new remastered one. Everybody roll
Oh.
me d20s.
I'm
Have
scared.
fun with that. Also, hi. Hi.
Oh god.
And I'll roll for Murphy. Oh, fuck.
Should
Murphy
I
is
roll
gonna
for
play this
Kalar?
with brave. You could roll for Kalar.
I don't know what we're rolling, but why not? So I got a 12 for me and
Kalar-
an 8 for Kalar.
Kalar whispers in your mind. Zzz.
Zzz. You sleeping?
No, not zzz. But
He's just making a weird noise.
like, he's just saying. This is continuing on. Y'all don't see anything,
I'm
but
still
you
just
hear.
holding him like a baby. I just realized I have him like tucked up against my body right now. He keep me warm,
You
little
do, in
oven.
fact. As you work your way down this corridor, you know, you notice that the scratch marks have gotten deeper, and it's started to open up into a main chamber
I guess it's
with a few branching pathways off of it.
the scratch
this
marks
room?
is digging the way through.
Yes.
Got it.
As you look in this room, it's immediately aware to you that the humidity is very high in here.
That's not surprising.
Like, it's very humid.
Gators like humid climates.
You hear under Murphy's breath, shit.
What? Why are you saying shit?
He points at a very awkward shaped mound with trees and like moss and lichen stacked up on it.
Is that a nest? Oh god, does it have a nest?
Murphy once again says, shit.
We're about to kill a mother.
Fuck.
I don't want to kill a mom.
No. Wait, can I friendship my way through this?
We have to kill it. We have to bring its head back and its hide back. We can't friendship through this. We have to kill it.
You are not friendship in this one, buddy. I'm here to let you
Okay,
know.
fine.
that-
Let me restate this. Can I aggressively friendship my way through the children, but still kill the mother?
Oh, she wants to befriend the children. Oh no.
Roll me a perception check.
Omelets for everyone.
Roll me a perception check. I'll roll one for Murphy. Oh, so Murphy's gonna tell you.
I'll leave Kaylor.
Can
There's
you
no
roll
eggs.
one for Kalar?
I mean, I can, but if
Oh, yeah,
Murphy
roll
got
again for
it-
Kaylor. Oh shit.
Murphy and
I wish you would've
Kaylor.
saved that.
Why is the characters that aren't us getting fucking 20s?
So, I don't know, actually. That looks like I'm cheating, but I promise I'm not.
I got it too. It was for Kaylor though.
Murphy looks at one of the nests, getting a little closer,
Please tell
and
me
he's
they're
like,
not
"Okay,
hatching.
He's like, "No, there's nothing in it. It's prepared."
Oh, that means she's
it's
pregnant.
not
That's
laid.
worse. We're killing a pregnant
That
mom, which
being-
means we're killing babies with it.
You hear
This goes beyond all my
a low.
morals.
More XP.
It's a very
We need the. We
grumbling
have to kill it.
noise.
We don't have a choice. We have to kill it.
Careful.
You hear a
I
low
hit one of the cuts on my
rumbling
fingers.
noise, and the water begins to shake.
I have cuts on my fingers around my
When
nails. from
were
the
we
fucking
going to be told that there was
boxes at
water in
work.
here? Thought it was just a tunnel.
But it's humid. It's
I-
humid, so it's got water.
Oh,
Sorry,
you mean
I
like
should have elaborated better.
water on the ground or water like on the walls?
On the walls, there's a small pool of water.
Dripping from the ceiling.
Yeah, it's not big.
From stalagmites, I think is what it is, that are hanging from the ceiling, right? Maybe?
Yes, I think.
Stalagmites might fall, stalactites, something. I can't remember the rhyme.
I can't either now. Fuck. I used
Just
to
move
know
on.
it. Okay. But as you're walking into this room, you hear this rumble, and the water on the walls starts shaking loose. Murphy slowly reaches to the haft of his hammer that's slung across his back, and he slowly, ever so slowly, starts bringing it down
Are my guns
into
reloaded?
a ready stance. They are
Yeah, I'm in a
reloaded.
ready
You've had
stance as
long
well.
rest.
It's just like I'm gonna use magic if if I can and avoid using the daggers
Then
unless I
I'm
absolutely
going
have
to preemptively turn to where my right side is facing, wherever the fuck this noise is coming from. So I can take my left hand, put it around to my side, and grab the handle to my gun around my hip, and have my other gun in my right hand pointed down this tunnel.
Very good.
Is it
Very
the
good.
big-
So let me get a marker because I'm gonna put this
My gun on
in
my hip
perspective.
is... My gun is
What the fuck?
currently set to... Well, if it
What is
has
that?
scales, it should be slightly resistant to fire. Water wouldn't do much, so I guess I would have it on the holy barrel, the one that's on my hip, and then on my normal gun I would have the explosive rounds in it.
So these 3 circles are the 3 mouths that lead out of this chamber that you're in right now. You hear, and you can actually see, given that
Damn it, I have to go to the bathroom.
you have dark vision, you see the reflection of eyes.
Oh shit.
2 sets
Oh
coming
shit.
from
Wait, 2? Oh, there's 2 of
2
them.
sets of eyes, yes.
Oh shit.
The first set is coming from this way, and the second set is coming from this way.
Guys, there's 2.
Murphy
Murder?
kind of starts stepping back, and he's like, "Yep, there's 2." And
Is it time to roll a sanity check?
It might be time. Go ahead and roll a sanity check. We'll call it a reality check real quick. Roll that d20
No,
for
I'm
me.
talking about specifically for LA, because of background.
You can, as a matter of fact.
Ignore
Roll
that.
me
Because this would be a
a
thing that would affect during combat.
d16.
Which
That's
is
not a
what
thing on
No,
here.
exactly?
d12, sorry.
16!
Who's good? Oh, thank you.
So, you manage to feel this wave of your grip on reality slipping away, and you are able
Well,
to
fuck.
resist
Good luck on keeping me sane, by the way.
for now. Remind me in 2 turns. Remind me in 2 turns, because you got to do that again. But you got to do it twice.
Okay then, you got it.
Wait, what? What the fuck is going on?
This is
Oh,
their
nothing.
character.
It's not important. Not at all. Let's just continue
Mhm.
combat.
So, as the first gator approaches, you can tell it's female. And it's big, right? It's
Oh, the other one's male. Okay. Alright, that makes sense.
12, 15 feet.
There ain't no
It's-
way. Ain't no way they made this tunnel.
Roll me an evasion right now. Roll me an evasion.
He does not like that I called him out. There's something much bigger.
Guess what? You have now been grappled by one of the smaller ones. The one on the right has charged forward and has immediately latched onto your leg while you are currently holding Kalar. As it brings you to the ground, Murphy jumps onto the back of this alligator and begins just punching it in the back of the head. It immediately lets you go and turns to
That's a
face
baby.
him. Now,
That's a baby.
as
That ain't no
it
mama.
as it turns to face Murphy, Ellie, roll me an evasion, hun.
It's the black
Black
one. Has a 0 on top of it. Yep. Damn.
As this first gator
Oh,
spins around
this
to
is
face
recorded.
you,
I'm just like
It knocks you down with its tail, and it's not attacking you anymore. But you have been knocked prone.
Can I use some vines and tie down the female?
while being knocked down. Am I
Sure, which
allowed to
one's the
fire
female?
a shot?
Huh?
Do you know which one the female is? Roll me an insight.
Pretty sure it was the one on that end. Because the male charged me. It's the one that grabbed Ellie.
You
Am I
cast your
allowed to
vines.
roll for insight?
I mean, it doesn't matter
Not
which one
yet,
I
not
tie
yet.
down,
One
because
more
I'm
turn.
just... I have a plan for what we're gonna do. These aren't the ones we're supposed to be fighting, or not the ones we're looking for. Let's make one of them scream. Mama will come running.
Actually, you know what? I like this idea. I like where you're going with it. Do me a
Bring the
favor
mother to
and
us. I'm not going
roll
searching for her and a fucking horde of babies. Fuck that. Bring her to us.
D20 twice. So 16 versus my 8. Wow, fuck me, I guess. So as you cast your vines, you place both palms flat against the cave floor, and it takes a second. Plants do grow through stone, but man, does those seconds that are ticking by feel like 100 years. Immediately, within what's relatively a few seconds, the first batch of vines wrap the female and pin her down with her mouth like wrapped shut, and she's tied down and immobilized.
We don't
The
want her
male.
mouth, but-
Oh yeah,
Go ahead.
that's not made with their mouth. All those noises aren't made with their mouth. It's in here.
I did
Oh, yeah,
not know
that's
that.
the
They
cool thing
growl
about
with
it.
their throat. They growl with their throat. They don't need to have their mouth open up to be able to make vocal noises.
Okay,
I know,
that's
they're
pretty
such
cool.
cool
I
noises.
I had no idea about that. All right, go
Mhm.
ahead, continue what you're
Yeah.
doing.
As you face the second
I can growl. without
alligator
opening my
dragon.
mouth. I don't
alligator,
know how to
not
purr
dragon.
yet.
Dragon?
You see Murphy has
Dragon?
Murphy has his hand stuck
Huh?
in its mouth, and he's currently trying to like beat it to get it to let him go again.
Can I use vines to force its mouth open?
So I'm right. My fire
No.
weapons wouldn't work quite
No.
well with this
They're
enemy.
not dragons. They're not dragons. So that was a misstep on my part. I promise.
I was about to
I'm not sending
say.
y'all in here to fight dragons.
I'm gonna put
It,
Kaylor
it
down
might
if
be
I
better
haven't
to use
already,
my
by the
piercing
way.
rounds than anything.
It's like, Kaylor, stay out of the way. Or, maybe he knows how to make them scream. We still gotta bring Mama to us.
I need to go. My mom wants me to go get takeout for us, so I'll be back.
So as you let Kalar down, Kalar walks over to the
Okay.
tied down female, and you see
I roll everything.
You see him
That
take
was
one
such a
paw.
waste of a d20.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Yikes.
As Kalar places one paw against the female alligator, and it's like it's been electrocuted, and it immediately starts going that low chirp noise, that laser beam sound that alligators make.
Laser beam sound that alligators make? Hold on. Hold on, I got this.
Sorry, I know how to make that noise because of a YouTube video. I know what specifically you're talking about. It is a emergency call that the babies use to get the attention of their mother, which accidentally acts as a calling card for other adult alligators to have them come and kill the babies.
Gotta love
Which could
nature.
potentially-
It's fucking brutal.
Dangerous for us because it could not only just call the mother or father, but it could also call the attention of other of the species. Yeah, that.
It's cute. My little caimans used to make it all the time. I loved them. It was like, oh, my little laser beam.
Yeah, they're calling their mom.
I was mom
that's the plan.
and dad. So Murphy,
Yeah, I kind of got into the habit of trying to learn that because I was curious. I'm like, huh, I wonder, can I make this noise?
I like Nikita.
Yeah.
Nikita! Who the fuck just rolled that ghost dice? Pudger!
Me. That was
Oh.
me. I can tell that was me. I'm not done with my moon yet. So
Oh no.
it's,
Oh no.
it's not empty yet. But I want Okuzawa back. Kiwa. I want him back.
Sorry. Continue.
As you watch, you see Murphy extricate his arm out of the male alligator's head before pulling out some leather strapping and tying its mouth shut. Once again, it swings and flails about, but it kind of takes off running back out of one of the tunnels.
I'm gonna look at Murphy's just
It
like,
actually
those
takes
are
off.
the babies. Fucking babies. What the fuck are we fighting?
What
Do
the
I
fuck
need to
type of
roll a
baby is
sanity
12
check?
feet?
Now?
Yes, actually, you need to roll it twice now.
Which dice?
D12.
4 and a 5.
Okay, 8 was the number that you had to beat, so you got 9. The third time around, you're losing it no matter what, because you got, what, 4 the
Yeah.
first time?
No, I actually don't remember. Fuck.
That's okay, unless you get a solid, like... Unless you hit a 12 next time, you're losing control. That does not bode well for you.
Okay. Well, I can act a little crazy if I need to. Because Ellie wants to fire a shot already. If you would allow her to. Because I
It
haven't
is
done
your
anything
turn.
during this combat.
I
It is
hold the
your
shot
turn.
off until we get the parent out here.
Nah, let's just go full force through this and try and brute force our way through this entire thing. I'm firing a piercing shot through the one that's running away.
Roll the d20.
Oh, it's going to
That
scream.
piercing shot.
Oof.
That piercing shot, as you hit it, that alligator lets out a very long, low hiss. And immediately, frantically, the female begins chirping. Something that sounds like a diesel trying to start in negative 40-degree weather rumbles and echoes off of this cave's walls.
Ooh, shit.
And
There's mama.
you see a bunch more of these smaller alligators running out of the center tunnel.
Oh, fuck.
And they disperse, going out the 2 side tunnels.
A small bit of detail about Ellie. She starts to grin and maniacally laugh. Maniacally giggle underneath her breath.
As this occurs, you finally see that one of the walls that you thought was a wall
Oh, God.
has
Is
started
not
to
a
shift.
Wall.
And the tunnels you thought were tunnels were actually the gaps between this creature's legs, tail, and where its jaws were set.
Oh, fuck. Murphy. Murphy.
Ellie has a
Murphy.
slight grin emerging on her face.
As you're watching, this beast actually begins to shift without fully extending its legs and slowly stands up, knocking every bit of the roof open and letting different pieces of sunlight in. It's almost macabre how
Shit.
the sunlight filters through this. Behind you, you hear a similar noise.
Oh,
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry. I already know we're gonna have to roll for a fucking evasion. Because I rolled a
Laura
6.
got very low
Oof.
numbers. This is all on Murphy right now.
Damn. Wait, where's the mimic?
Vixen's with Pudge.
Okay.
No, Vixen's on the
alright.
boat.
Oh,
Vixen,
okay.
you left on the boat.
I just had to
gonna
make sure.
Yeah, you
just-
want to throw them away. It's about to get fucking violent in here.
I was gonna say, we're not holding the boat. No one's holding the boat right now.
The boat is.
The boat is holding the boat. The boat will deter
the
any
boat is
theft.
tied down. Don't worry. Vixen will kill him. Murphy.
I think the boat will have anything to say about that right now. To be honest,
I mean, I'm carrying all my shit.
Moving
so there ain't
on,
really
let's
anything
get
be
back
stealth
to
on.
combat. Ellie wants to murder some shit.
As Murphy turns around, he's like, I don't have enough room in here. And he starts looking kind of frantically around. And Nix, you see this. You see Murphy, pretty much
I got a question.
unshakable, is actually a little worried right now. Yes.
Can I quickly etch into a bullet an enchantment for Murphy?
What type of enchantment are you trying to imbue him with?
Speed buff. You know, something small, not big. You
Murphy,
know, we're
what the fuck
bigger
are
of
these
advantage
things?
of like 1 to 2.
Roll me 2d20s and I will get back to you on that. Oh shit.
19-3.
Okay. You do manage to inscribe it, but your accuracy is gonna be off.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna quickly dash behind him and just slap him with a fucking bullet.
Alright, that'll work. But I do have to roll against that. Because Murphy is hyper aware.
Murphy, what the fuck is going
That doesn't
on?
bode well. Murphy kind of grabs your shoulder, and with the strength you didn't realize he possessed, he just picks you up and he sets you back to back with him. Just kind of like, get behind me and watch that direction. Because as Murphy's looking out,
I'm gonna drag Kalar with me and just grab his back legs as Murphy moves me, just holding his legs.
as Murphy is watching this way, and you're watching a similar scene, he's watching a similar scene, except the one behind you is much, much larger. It's clearly the female. It is the brood mother. And as it stands up, it immediately turns its long head down to the side, and its pupils are staring straight at the three of you.
Oh shit.
Murphy's gonna try and roll an intimidate,
So
which
this
as
is
a dragon,
Mom
I
and
feel like he
Dad?
should be. This is mom and dad.
Oh god. The dads don't usually stay around.
Fuck.
Murphy.
Oh wait, was that one of
How
our
am I gonna-
rolls?
We gotta kill
That
them.
was
We have to.
that was for the gator, so this doesn't bode well.
Murphy, I
unless
swear
Murphy
to God, you better
doubles down
roll
on
an
this nat
18
20.
at least.
Laugh at me, will you? As Murphy lets out a growl that almost rivals.
Do we
These
need to be
two
rolling against
behemoths.
this?
Do I need
Yes,
to roll
you
now?
should.
I
You
got
roll
a 10 as well.
your d12, and you have to run
Oh,
me a
fuck.
d20. Yep,
That's
you're over
Kalar's
the deep
roll.
end, but I still need 13. Taylor's the only one that's going to keep their sanity right now. Hit me with that D20.
I got a
D20.
10.
A D20 for what? Exactly, because
You're
I can
rolling
play
against-
a crazy ass character if I need to.
No, you're rolling against the intimidation thingy right now.
Intimidation of what exactly?
Murphy's growling. He's a dragon.
No,
Why is
no,
Murphy
it's
growling?
the female is growling at Murphy.
Oh, we're rolling against her.
And Murphy, yeah. And all of you are kind of shook up. Not enough
I don't
to
think
put
my
you on the
character would
ground.
give a little shit.
You already have lost it. At this point,
Like I said,
The
I don't think
theme-
my character would give a L shit.
yeah.
Because I think my character, since losing it, might be able to just randomly fire wild ass magic.
Oh God.
So I
Given-
gotta be
oh.
careful here.
You tried to slap. Roll for that round where you tried to slap speed onto Murphy.
12 against 10.
You're not dodging Murphy. You're dodging the physics of being insane, terrified, and trying to hit a moving
Terrified.
target.
Terrified.
You're
What do you mean
terrified and
terrified?
insane.
I
so
don't think
it
I
kinda
care about
works-
being terrified.
You may not, but your body will do as it does. You miss, Murphy.
God damn it.
And that
Such
round falls out of
bullcrap.
your hands and rolls over towards the female
Oh,
tyrant
shit.
lizard.
Then
As
I'm
she
going
shuffles-
to quickly. May I quickly enchant a bullet and load it into my gun and put it into the barrel of my gun?
Given your
Along
insanity,
with
yes.
holding
But you will
holding
have to
the
roll
other
against
gun
yourself.
around my hip.
Roll
Because
twice for me.
I would like to to fire both weapons, which would be the flame
Yeah.
shot and a piercing shot at the same time.
Go
Which,
ahead
who
and-
knows? Maybe the cascading magic would mix with each other and do something very spectacular.
3 dice rolls from you. And one of them has to be above 16.
Yikes.
Well, fuck.
So,
I
The
mean, one
first shot-
technically is 13 and 3.
those are
Barely.
3 separate shots, though.
I
So your
know.
reload goes flawlessly. And your piercing shot? Or is your flame shot going first?
Doesn't matter.
We're gonna go with your piercing shot. And it hits, and it tears off a line of scales and punches a pretty substantial hole. Your
I
flame
hope
shot.
you know, Floof, you might want to calm me down just before the end of this combat. That might be a thing you need to do. Moving on.
As the flame shot impacts the same part of the shoulder, and the flames spread across the king gator, or the queen, we're just going to refer to her as queen, turns and begins bolting towards you at an alarming speed. As she takes that first step, though, that round you had etched with a speed enchantment falls under one of her massive feet, and she stomps it down flat.
Fuck.
Murphy is going to take his turn,
Murphy, you little bitch.
and Murphy is going to immediately start scaling the queen by jumping up a good distance. Let me roll his acrobatics.
Please let Murphy hear that.
Murphy does hear that. It's not great,
Okay.
and as he pulls himself up, he almost loses himself twice. As he brings the hammer up, he begins pounding on the top between her eyes of her head. First one does hit. Second one
question.
does hit. You need to roll me 2d12s, actually.
12.
Oh, 12? Ooh, shit.
Four
Wow!
damage. They have shared health, so to kill one is to break the will of the other. So right now, the queen
Okay,
is
then.
at
I
100.
was gonna ask. I've already forgotten my fucking question. God damn it.
Can I,
And you got 4.
I know this is gonna take a lot out of my character.
Have I been hit yet?
Not yet.
No. I want
Okay,
to try
then I'm going to release my grip of my weapon and grab my sword
trap
by tossing my gun into my left hand
male
and my sword into my right by pulling it out of the sheath
undervines.
that's on my left hip, which currently has no enchantments whatsoever.
So you're going to tie down the male with the vines?
Going to try at least.
Do I need to roll for insanity
Fucking
again?
Dinosaur.
For sanity?
Your sanity... Actually, you can roll for a sanity. Roll your d20.
Nope, 20.
20?
Ooh.
You're not back yet.
Oh,
You're
wait.
still insane.
Which one did that roll? I
Doesn't
don't
matter.
know.
It doesn't matter. I'm looking
Okay.
for a specific number on this.
I'm gonna roll to try and trap him.
Good.
Alright.
At least. Oh my god. What the fuck was that?
Run that back for Kalar's sake. You're gonna use
What do you mean for
Kalar as an amplifier. So I'll give you a +6. With your hand on Kalar's shoulder,
Plus
you
6
reach
would be
out.
19.
Yeah. You reach out.
Oh dear
and
lord,
you
this
call
moonshine
forth-
is almost gone.
You call forth all of the spiritual energy of nature that you can grab. And you call forth giant trees that begin to weave themselves in patterns crisscrossing each other over the top of the male.
I was waiting for combat.
And he cannot resist. He is held down. As the trees continue growing, they start to solidify across the top of him, giving one solid appearance of one tree, one living organism, with a squirming gator inside of it. Going back to Murphy. Actually, no, we're going back to Ellie. Ellie. You see that you have 2 targets now.
Okay, quick. Where am I in, where am I positioned to compare to the other, to the enemies? A quick question.
So you have this whole wall is one, and this whole wall is the other.
Which one am I closer to? A quick question.
The
Which
female.
one have I done
closest-
damage to?
You've done damage to Queen.
Which is where?
The
Back
outer
here.
wall.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna let go of my gun that's around my hip, because that's the one that already has a wild magic barrel. And I'm going to toss the gun that's in my right hand to my left, which I am not used to imbuing magic through.
Alright.
This should give you a couple ideas, maybe, perhaps. And grab
It's all
my
about
left.
the...
And grab the weapon, or my sword that's on my left hip, which currently has no runes to channel my magic. I'm
Wait,
sure
so-
you can think of ideas that where this is going.
I sure can.
Do I need to
Alright,
roll
go
a sanity check?
Not at all. Roll that d20 for me 2 times.
19
Oh,
and
no.
7.
Hold on, let me add that up. What is that when you add that?
19, 7, 26.
26. Perfect. So, let me check my handy dandy fuck you.
My handy dandy fuck you. I am going after the
Who are you?
female.
You're going after Queen? Cool.
Yes.
Do you
And
know what
I
the
am
word
going straight through that throat.
Do you know what the word deluge means?
Deluge. What? Huh?
A deluge is when a giant amount of water pours in from somewhere. Like when they open a dam for the first time after a while.
Ah, yes, a thing that can go up to 190 miles per hour of water pressure, which could launch an entire full log of wood across a fucking river and shatter it into 1,000 fucking pieces.
Yeah. So,
Let's
oh,
see
Murphy.
how well this one goes. I'm
Murphy
sorry, I am
sees-
excited, I am insane, and currently am drunk. I apologize.
Murphy sees you coming and sees the wild magic blazing, random and chaotic bullshittery, and
May I also
immediately
add the
decides
fact that upon Ellie's face, you can see her eyes widen and a smile go across her face.
there aren't many things in this world that Murphy is afraid of anymore. Currently, he's looking at 2 of them because he thought these were all dead. But looking down and seeing your face run towards the beast he's fighting, with a blade drawn and wild magic flowing uncontrolled out of this blade, he decides that he's gonna acrobat his ass off of the big bitch. And he jumps down, throwing his hammer, trying to get as far away from you as he possibly can. Now, as you approach the queen, you immediately, as you swing your sword upwards, it's like she freezes in place for a moment, and she does not
Do I
resist.
roll d20?
No, she freezes in place, but you will need that evasion ready. So go ahead and roll that for me.
Oh, I didn't. I don't know which one rolled first.
4.
Either way, you needed a 10 for what's about to happen. But
Damn
a
it.
9 will get you almost out of the way. Out of nowhere, you hear a crack and a groan as the tip of your sword starts to, as you've pierced through the soft scales under her throat, you see driplets of water start to fall.
Oh god,
As
I
you
am going to
watch-
flood this fucking cave.
As you watch, it slowly starts to increase, and you can tell that by the way the queen is thrashing around, she's dying. It is not the best way to go, but she has indeed been
May I
struck
roll?
mortally.
To see if this water came from a realm that had poison water.
Yeah, go ahead and roll
That
perception.
I don't know would induce some agony upon this female.
Roll that d20.
It's a 3.
As far as you can tell, this water is just a large amount of salt water. probably being
Ooh,
siphoned
that
from
burns.
an ocean. And
Somewhere
as
within our
she
dimension. Got it. Okay, fuck.
as she is starting to drown, she finally
Mind you, this
collapses.
entire time I have this maniacal smile across my face.
Keep the same energy, because you're gonna need it. As she
Do I need to
drowns,
roll for a sanity check?
roll that d20 for the sanity check twice.
20.
Holy shit, okay,
15 and a
21.
6.
A dirty 20. You have a lucid spot. You slowly started to realize this is salt water. I'm underneath holding the thing channeling this water to me. You
Also,
probably shouldn't be
technically, I
standing
don't
here.
have runes upon my sword. I am only enchanting it with magic that is forming the runes that I need, which is not stable.
Not at all. Which means it probably can't be turned off.
Which if you would like, I can roll another d20.
What for?
Whatever the fuck you want it to be.
I want you to roll me a d20 for
Control?
desperation. Desperation would fall under.
I got a 7.
Roll me a. You needed more than a 7 to control this.
But what were you
It
asking
was.
after that?
I was gonna see if I could get you to shut off the flow of magic, because now the magic is open, and the water that has come down to the pommel of that sword is now a small floodgate that is open and is filling up this chamber. That being said,
Am I sane or unsane? Which is the difference?
you are
what am I?
sane now. You are
Well,
sane right now.
fuck. I don't know how to shut this off. Nix, what the fuck are we doing?
I don't know how to shut it off, but I can funnel the water outside of the cave.
Also, here you go. Here's a little bit of my backstory.
I still don't understand why you went insane from seeing a bunch of gators, but you know.
Oh no, it's just
Combat-related
combat in
insanity.
general.
Okay. Well,
Berserker's
yeah.
Tempest.
For now,
Okay,
I'm
if
going
you don't
to
mind,
work
can we
on...
just pause real quick? Because I have to go to the bathroom really fucking badly.
Go for it. I'm just gonna do the action of
potty.
trying to funnel the water outside.
I'm sorry, I finished my alcohol. I'll be right back.
Go ahead and roll me a d20 to channel the water. Nice.
I'm surprised because
15
she's
was the
never done
designator.
any... I've never done any actual, like, water magic before.
Earthworks. Oh, you're gonna
We've
do
done
it with water?
Water outside of the cave so we don't drown in here. Don't mind the random rolls.
In fairness, to kind of set this scene, so this whole cave system that y'all are in, so I can give it to the viewers as well, anybody who watches. This whole cave system is a massive construct. And given that these creatures are unbelievably ancient, which you will find out later, one side
he thought
was
they were
like,
extinct, so I imagine so.
they were kind of laying like this in a circle, and as the years passed, there have been, layers of dirt and
just
silt
kind
and
of
everything.
landed all around them, and they just stayed there. So what of them was going? Because they said that people were seeing the serpents, which means they would have had to been out and about. So what was
The
out
smaller
and about?
ones,
Well, those are just small gators.
the babies.
They thought those were serpents.
If you're looking at a gator from the top of murky water, it does.
So she is right on that outer wall. I know she's heavy as fuck, but I wonder if Murphy might have the ability strength to move her head so it's facing, like, the water spout is facing outward, so at least the water's spraying out instead of into the cave.
I could roll
I'm
for that. We can do that.
contemplating like cutting her head off. We still need to like take her hide and the head and everything. I'm wondering if we cut her head off, is that going to make the magic worse, or will that stop it because we're severing the cut that she had made initially?
Don't know. The dice will have to tell me.
I don't know how like her magic works, so I don't know if like ruining the original slice would change anything. It's a thought.
So
Or discussing how
you're
to
wanting,
take care of the magic mess that you have made.
You're wanting Murphy to grab,
I'm trying to think.
to grab.
I don't think any
Maybe
character would here would
just
understand
have him
how my
cut the head
magic
off.
works
Try
unless
that
they
first.
understand how, you know.
If we can't cut
the
her head off,
nature
we'll
of
move
my
her head
magic.
out. Right now, I'm still channeling the water outwards anyways. So if that cutting the head off
Fuck
doesn't work,
that.
then
Am I
we'll push her
allowed
head
to-
out so that it's just spraying outwards instead of into the cave. So we're not flooding the cave.
Am I allowed to quickly use some of my magic or bullets to close the water
I don't know
flowing
that
through
it'll work
or
like that.
flowing out?
We're going to try to see if
This is
Murphy's...
wild magic. I would add no more magic to this.
Yeah, no. We're gonna see if Murphy cutting the head and like basically making a cut where the magic initially got input, if that will change anything, and if it doesn't,
Can
we're
I
just going
shove
to
the
have
entire thing into my bag of holding?
that would not be a good idea.
I'm saying
Bag of
if
holding
she's
does,
dead,
in fact, have a limit.
I could put her in there and then go in there separately after this fight to go get her head.
We're just gonna try to cut her head off now
to
to try to cancel out the magic. And also, if that doesn't work,
yes,
I was just
but
gonna push her
going
head
after her
pointing
now, that would be quick.
outwards.
That would be much quicker.
She's dead right now. You have the male pinned down, and the female has died. She has drowned.
I say, even if we can't
So-
take her hide, like if her hide is useless after this, I just want to make sure that the cave doesn't flood because there are still babies in here, and I don't see a reason in killing them. We do need to. I don't know what. Because
Proto.
No. It's Murphy's turn. Murphy gets to go.
They thought
As
that
you
the
tell
babies were the
Murphy-
serpents, though. So what do we do there? Do we need to kill everything in this cave?
That is completely your call, but I promise you, if you bring...
I mean,
Out of
technically, I
character-
am flooding it, which means if the area that we are
I'm not
are
letting it
in is
flood.
lower than the exit, it would technically stop at some point, meaning that the exit of the cave wouldn't flood.
Currently,
meaning the
I am
creatures inside of it
funneling.
would exit the cave,
Currently, I am
whether it be the
funneling all the
entrance
water
we
outside.
exited or any other exit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat
So-
your angel cake.
Well, the thing is,
it's
the
fluffy,
male's
I like
trapped.
it,
He
it's
can't
mine,
exit the
I can
cave.
do
He
whatever the fuck I
physically
want.
cannot leave until I remove the branches. But
So,
currently, I am
to put
funneling
it
the
in
water
pers-
out.
Nom, 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 nom.
In perspective, the cave system, everything about this cave system was actually the way the dirt and years had accumulated over the top of both of the parents as they laid around the nest. So
We're
How
you
long
got
does it
trapped,
take
aren't we?
for these eggs to hatch then if they had that much dirt to hatch?
We are trapped.
We're not trapped. We
no,
can
no.
get out.
Once they stood up, everything is open. There are openings in a lot of different places right now. But
The male's trapped though. Let's
the
work on what
male
we're
is
doing.
pinned.
Have Murphy cut the head off for now, and if that doesn't work, we'll move her body facing outward so that the water's being funneled out either way, and we'll just kill the male and take his skin instead.
All right. So
I don't want to kill both the
Murphy-
parents because if we
I got
can
a
leave one of the
question.
parents to take care of the babies, then I want to leave one of the parents to take care of the babies and maybe have
Can
them
I quickly
relocate.
use one of my bullets that have not been enchanted to use a to try and make quickly in this one instance a magical bullet that will diffuse any other magic, canceling out the magic that I have already used.
I wish the Lorax was here. If she was here, she knows Dispel Magic, but I'm not gonna let you use Dispel Magic on this. Not on a bullet.
Try.
Have Murphy
Can I try to use a mending magic to close the portal of whatever the fuck dimension I have opened to allow water to rush through?
No, not this time. But we are on the right track with your plan, Nix. So
I
you
want to
tell
get as
Murphy.
much resources as possible from this thing. Because I'm
Oh,
sorry, but
you're
this
gonna
scale,
get a lot.
the scales would be rather useful in
I
making
wonder how
some
pissed the
armor.
male's gonna be if I remove those branches.
Very pissed.
Yeah, I'm gonna have everyone. lose
Along with the
vacation
fact
parties.
that we have attacked his children, very pissed.
I did not
Don't
attack
know
any of
that.
his children. I tied one of his children down. Y'all attacked them.
As Murphy.
I'm sorry, I went crazy way too quickly in this combat.
As Murphy picks up his hammer, you kind of see a sad slump to his shoulders. But then it's like he remembers something, and he
Which
winds
again,
his
you
hammer
still need
back.
to calm me down slightly.
He twists the half, and you see lightning all over the place, bouncing off of the cave
Wait.
floor, his armor.
Wouldn't this
and
have advantage because of the water that's being provided? Wouldn't this add an advantage?
not
Because
holy
water
lightning?
is conductive.
It's holy magic. He's using a divine smite. I'm just
Okay,
using
then
the word lightning to
would it also not
Describe it.
transfer the magic through the water, making it holy water?
No,
It's
not
not
really.
exactly effective against these. These are natural creatures. They're not demonic or
It's
anything
dead
like that.
anyways. We're just cutting its head off.
Yeah, as he brings
Would
the
you like
hammer
me
down.
to roll for that?
No.
Okay then. Alright.
As he
I'm
brings the
just
hammer
asking.
down,
I'm not.
a
I just
wall
wanna
of
know.
lightning slides across between the shoulders and the head, separating it. As the lightning coalesces and bursts through and separates this gargantuan head from its body, the water starts to sputter and die out. That being said, Nyx, roll me a perception check on what.
Do I need to roll
yeah,
insanity
just-
check real quick?
No, because you are
We're not in
lucid
battle.
and I've got somebody.
I got an
Yeah,
8.
we're not
What
in
do you-
battle anymore.
I rolled for
Can you
Kalar as well.
explain that? Where's the male?
Kalar got 12.
The male is
he's
trapped
tied
in
down.
trees.
He's not going anywhere.
Roll me a
I got
d20 for resistance.
I got an 8 and Kalar got a 12.
Then does she not have to roll to make sure I calm down fully into sanity?
That is where Murphy's gonna come in. Roll me that
Okay,
d20 for me.
Y'all
Wow.
both had shit rolls.
Yeah.
A 1 and a 2. What the fuck
Reroll
are the
it.
odds?
Reroll it.
Would you care to reroll it?
Let's do it.
If it meets, it beats.
There we
Alright,
go.
I am now sane. I am being calmed by Murphy.
Murphy kind of walks over and he's like, easy. And he wraps his arms around you and he pulls you close. And he's just patting the top of your head. He's just telling you, hey, it's over. We're good. It's okay.
During
And he-
this,
he-
I'm
I'm
going to drop
going-
my sword, which currently has no magic running through it, and no runes being attached to it, via my magic being created.
I'm gonna do something
So
stupid.
this is safe action.
I'm gonna look to Murphy. Take them to outside and give me a few minutes.
Murphy
Alright,
looks at
Nyx
you
doesn't
with a-
know what's happening. Although she has an inkling comparative to the fact of the 3 fucking ogres. Or orcs, I think. Yeah, orcs. Not ogres, orcs.
Orcs. Murphy looks at you before picking up Ellie, kind of like bridal style, and walking out of the cave.
Kalar.
Kalar looks at you. Kalar looks at you and kind of says, "Don't dally" into your head.
Pardon?
Before he turns and walks out.
I just realized we're going to have to skin the fucking queen here in a minute. Nope, that's my character you just grabbed.
Whoop, okay.
I'll do it. I'm fine with that. I think
Well,
my
the
character
thing is,
would be fine
what
with
I'm
that.
about to do is going to make that difficult. So we're gonna need to, like, move the body somewhere else before skinning it, which I have no idea how the fuck we're gonna do that, because that bitch probably heavy.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, let me finish chewing real quick.
He apparently wants to say something.
I could attempt to use my runes to make the body lighter than it is currently for the time being.
That would work. So I'm gonna go in, and first of all, make sure that the male can see
Do I
me.
need to roll for that?
Not yet.
We're not doing that just yet.
Okay.
I'm going to, first of all, heal any wounds that Kalar might have caused when electrocuting the child. And then I'm going to release it from the vines.
Alright.
I don't think Ellie remembers this happening because she's focusing on currently focusing on her battle.
I didn't know Pudger was even
So
in here.
Ellie is slightly confused.
She probably just left. He probably just left his stuff AFK. Ellie's not in here. You're not watching.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So
No, from the previous combat, I don't think she would have recognized what the fuck was happening anyways. Because she would have been focused on the enemy in front of her. Sorry.
Do I need to roll?
Apologize.
I'm assuming because I'm probably gonna end up getting bit.
Hope Pudger wants an invite. No, go ahead and describe to me what you're gonna do. Tell me
So
what's
first of all,
happening
search
here.
for any kind of burn marks, because I know he electrocuted it, and then I'm going to remove the vines. I know if I can grow them over it, I can move them out of the way. So I'm letting it free.
Wait,
can I find the male that they? Because I know he tied something around the male's snout as well.
Am I okay? Question mark.
Y'all are outside.
Yes, the male, you and Murphy is still kind of soothing you and calming you down. Welcome back, Lorax.
Do I need to roll for anything for that?
No, this will be a passive thing as you're trying to calm down.
Okay.
As you walk up and you see the male kind of just digging his face across the tree trunk that's got his father pinned down. He's rubbing against it. And you're not sure if it's trying to break the leather strap around its mouth or if it's trying to break the tree that it's
Probably
got
both.
his parent pinned down.
I'm going to pull him to me and pull the strap off of his mouth.
He lets out a low warning growl. But once you pull the strap off...
Before I pull the strap off, let me heal where Ellie had shot him.
Ellie. Alright.
And then I'll pull the strap off his mouth.
Did I hit the male or did I only attack the female? I don't know.
You hit the male.
No, you hit the male because I had the female tied down.
I honestly don't know if I remember.
Okay. So yeah.
As you heal the male, it stops thrashing and that growl slowly turns into a gentle purr. Almost. Just a happy little growl.
Both.
And
now
as
this
you undo
last
the strap,
part. This is gonna be the tricky part. We already got a
It
very
turns-
pissed off parent.
Both
But
because I wasn't here for some of it, and because I wasn't paying attention because I am drunk. Also,
quite
so
alright,
technically
hon.
third because I am slightly insane, so I guess my attention would be slightly fucked up here.
That's alright. We'll
Okay.
get it worked out, I promise. As you begin undoing the leather strap, it doesn't move. It doesn't take its eyes off of you, and it slowly just kind of lays flat on the ground in front of you. Kind of keeps looking towards its father that's been pinned down.
So once the strap is off of its snout, I have no idea how my character would even go about doing this, but I'm going to slowly try to remove the tree roots from around it, or whatever I had grown around it. I'm going to try to
have I
remove that.
calmed down yet?
At least to give him the
Not
ability, enough to give him the ability to move and break free.
So as you place your palms flat against the ground, you slowly start pulling all of that natural growth away from the king. And as it slowly splits away and he slowly gets movement back, a very deep, almost like a bunch of explosions are happening at once, growl emanates from it.
Fair enough.
It snorts at you before turning to look at its mate, turning towards the queen. As it walks over, it kind of nudges the queen, rocking her onto one side, just kind of trying to get her to move
I'm
with the
just
tip
gonna
of its nose.
quietly, beneath my breath to it, I'm sorry for your loss.
It hears this, and it lets out an almost pitiful sounding growl before turning and slowly making its way
Oh, I'm gonna die.
out. As you look, you watch, and you see it's not headed towards the city. It's headed towards the flat plains that are outside Ironwall.
Yeah, I'm gonna call to him and be like, I suggest you rehome. They don't like you here. Sadly, humans aren't too kind.
You hear a snort as it continues walking, but you notice as what looks like a few hundred babies start filing out of the woodwork, just from different spots, all in various sizes and ages, of course. The smallest measuring only a few feet long, to some of the larger ones being 19 to 20 feet. And they all start following the king away from this area.
I'm going to make sure that there's not any unhatched eggs as well.
Roll me a perception
Hey.
check.
Tara,
As you are looking, yes.
I would like to do a thing if I have calmed down.
What would you like to do?
Do I have to roll for calming down yet? Real quick?
No, as Murphy is taking you outside, in 500 years he has seen a lot of things. He is able to help you calm down and reestablish your grip on the reality that you're in.
Hold on. I don't know how I fucked up fucking Discord. Hold on.
Did I see
Give me 1 second.
any...
Do I see him
Okay.
leaving?
You do, from outside. You can see this massive mountain of an alligator. And as you look around the
Can
nest, you do see 1 to 2 eggs here and there. But
Can I
only one
stop
of them
him?
looks fireable. You want to stop the king?
Can I stop him and like do an expression of apology.
We had to
For
either
killing
way,
his
though.
mate.
This
I will let you do something later if you truly wish to honor him. Honor them.
Damn it.
I will
Because
grant
I
you a
actually,
great boon.
I really do feel bad for killing his mate.
we didn't have a choice. We were sent here to do this. We didn't have a choice.
Yes, but we originally went to only kill one thing. I didn't know that there would be two. So I really do feel
Yes.
bad for killing their mate and
There's always a chance
leaving
of it.
only him. But I really,
I
to be honest, out of character, I really do feel bad for leaving him to deal with the entire
I know.
offspring. I
I'm
feel
well
really
aware.
bad, and I would like to give my sorrows to the male that now has to father the children. Because
You keep
no matter
y-
what species it is, that is an incredibly difficult task to do. And no matter if I am drunk or not, I am seriously crying about this.
Oh, hun, I'm sorry. Fuck.
So I would like to apologize as much as I can to this, whatever species of this is. And I really do apologize for killing their
Hey, it's
mate.
okay. It's okay. I promise. You will have the ability and the power to do something wonderful later. Hey, it's okay.
I am going
You
to
find
pick up
one-
I'm
one
trying my
Bible
hardest
egg
not to
and
cry.
take it with me.
You're alright, hun. Now, I do need Ellie. I need Ellie's abilities with the runes. Hey. I'm sorry. It's alright. It's okay. You're okay. It's alright.
I feel bad too.
Ellie, you have a path ahead of you that is going to give you some really amazing abilities. And one of them is going to be frowned on by a lot of people. But you'd be able to correct things like this. Okay?
Necromancy.
For right now, the best thing that Ellie can do is to
Innocent.
pay proper respect to the queen. It had to happen. This had to happen. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. Deep breath, hon. It's okay. It had to be done. And you'll have, in the not so short future, almost immediately, you will be able to pay good respects okay? It's gonna be okay. It's alright. Now look at me, Ellie. Hey. Eyes up. Come on. It's okay. Eyes up. Come on. Ellie's got a lot of work to do. We need that big
And
brain.
for context, Pudger, we just killed a giant gator.
Let's use that
It
brain,
was
Ellie.
not a serpent. They were seeing the baby gators and assumed that they were little snakes, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're okay.
You're
I'm
okay,
sorry. How
Sharky.
many children were there?
100.
A few hundred.
Few
Yeah,
hundred? God.
I think that's what broke me. The fact that there is a male now caring for a few hundred fucking children, and I
I'm
just
going
killed their
to
fucking mother.
walk out
Okay.
Oh god. Oh
and
god.
gently place the egg in
Uh.
Ellie's arms.
I.
Ellie, as
I'm going
Murphy's
to
holding
hold
you.
this while crying my goddamn eyes out, and I'm going to let Murphy hold me.
Ooh, hold on. I'm burning a little bit. As Murphy is gently rocking you back and forth, Nyx walks out with one hand on your shoulders. She slips this egg about the size of a cannonball into your lap. And
I don't know if this is me or if this is me not sober.
I felt it too.
It's you,
Like,
hon. Because I'm pretty sober
No.
and I'm...
Because of how
It's
my
okay.
mind has been for the past week. I'll explain later after we're done with the recording.
Oh, good.
It's alright, hon. You know we're here for you. As Nyx pushes this egg into your lap, and you wrap your hands around it.
I'm gonna text you
I'm
a
going
silent
to
thing real quick.
look to
Proto.
Murphy.
Alright.
Give me your axe.
He looks at you questioningly and takes his hand axe that he's carried off of his belt and he hands it to you.
I'm going to go, I guess, do it from the underbelly. That's where the softest of the scales are, correct?
He kind of shakes his head.
I'm going to go around to the inside and begin to skin her. Murphy.
And for the sake of brevity, and I'm not describing what that looks like,
Yeah,
'cause
no.
if you've never done it, no one should ever see it. Roll
I've
me a
never
d20.
skinned an animal. I'm just gonna tell Murphy to take them back towards the boat, back to the city.
Well, I'm gonna do this something a little different, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, you're fine.
Because you've been skinning this animal for 11 hours. Outside, they have formed a small, rudimentary camp. They called for a runner from one of the local people, and they sent a few of the guards down to help move the carcass as well. They are going to eat this. I want you guys to understand that
They're gonna end up paying a
Part
lot
of-
for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is almost everybody who has helped to harvest this. You have single-handedly increased the GDP of the slums with this action. So this is how much money the average person has in the slums where you landed at the port. That being said,
So proud,
you
but
have
absolutely hate that at the same time.
yes, I know, but this is part of your sphere of influence. 3 removed.
Part of the game.
Every action is 3 removed. Y'all are hailed as heroes. And the common folk that were running
Struggling.
barefoot in the street are not. They have homes.
It's
And from this action, you see
essentially
people
us
immediately,
fixing world hunger, but in the game.
small scale. Small scale has done a lot. And by this action, you've seen like large amounts of stone and timber being felled, areas being cleared out. And this is just in 11 hours that people, whether it's families or couples or hell, churches have started to help clear the land around the port and make it something presentable. You heard as you walked out with everything that you have gathered from this. Everything that you guys have gathered from this, tucked
am I
safely
allowed
in the
to
bag of
collect
holding.
any of the scales? Question mark.
Yes. You
Okay.
roll me a
I-
D20 right now, and we'll do. That's 9 scales. Another D20.
I
17 teeth.
I only needed enough to like make some armor or something like that.
Oh, with the giant freaking gator, those scales are gonna be like this
Yeah,
freaking
these-
big.
Yeah, Murphy's gonna be.
2 scales
able to
alone
set
could
you
be a
up
freaking
really
chest plate.
well.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
finish my text message.
You're okay. Hey, it's okay.
I'm going to haul a large amount of it back to the leather baker, whatever.
Alright, so I think that's where we're gonna go. Pudger, I will, if you would like to be regrouped, where
Are you
is...
good? Use that idea I gave you earlier for Pudger's little side quest.
Yes. Which reminds me, I should send that message, huh?
I'm gonna clear all this, if that's okay with you. It's your stuff.
Yeah, you're okay. Can you put it back to...
You want the, like, sky-looking place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Let me find it.
Man, I wish my nose would quit running. Also wish it would quit raining.
That's what happens when
Weird
you cry,
shit raining
love.
in my bedroom. No, it's raining.
Your nose running, you goof.
I'm not crying. And my nose is running because the rain's cold.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's real rainy here, too. Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. This was...
Hun,
we had to do
blaming
this.
you.
This was something we had to do. We didn't have a choice. That slightly makes me fear for what's to come. That kind of hurt, man. That hurt my soul. Especially when he was, like, nudging the queen. I had to break it to him. It was just like, she's gone. But I didn't want to just say, yeah, she's dead. That's cruel. The only other thing I could think to say is I'm sorry for your loss. I wanted to have apologize to him for partaking in that, but at the same time, we didn't have a choice. But hey, we bettered the slums. That's always a good thing. Mwah. Skish, skish, skish. Skish, skish. Skish.
Mwah.
So I don't know about Dim, but I'm going to reapproach this man. Damn. Kraken. Don't know what that is, or what that is. Manicore thingy? Nope, that's not a manicore. What's the manicore that also has like a dragon head and I don't know what the other head is. Really weird. What is this?
What is what? That is a chimera.
Chimera. That's cool. I don't know why
I mean,
my
technically,
brain
a chimera is a collection of several creatures into one, which
Yeah.
technically you could have anything. It's just combination of any type of creatures. Also, Proto, that's kind of how I've been feeling this entire week, and that's what's been going through my
It's a
head since that
lion,
day or days.
saber-tooth,
Yes, that's
deer thing, and a dragon.
that's a specific chimera. There are names for some chimeras, which I don't know much of them.
That's cool.
I don't know why that affected me so badly.
It's okay.
Sorry.
You're okay. I had to sit there and try to compose myself while talking to the big beast. It's like, one, I'm
Oh,
fucking
God.
terrified, and two, I feel awful now.
Also, Flu,
Yes, Bean.
you gotta remember I have been stressed out this week, and I am also very much drunk.
It's okay. You're okay.
Proto can send you a screenshot of what I just sent him if he wants to.
Okay.
I am shaking.
All is well, Bean. All is well. We helped the
I don't know
slums.
if he'll send
They
you
got
what
more
I
money
sent
now
him,
because of us.
because it is a very serious topic. That
I understand,
unfortunately,
Bean.
I'd rather not tell you this.
Sweet beans. Sweet beans.
For various reasons.
Yes, Hassan.
I keep smacking my phone by accident, and I need to shut my phone off
Oi!
before I keep smacking it, and accidentally hit the fucking
You almost
ring
ready?
button.
Yeah.
You okay?
Rhoda, if you'd like to send what I just sent to you to Floof, that's okay?
My
As
leg
long
hurts.
as I have your permission.
Yeah, you do?
And my phone needs charged. What is going on with my cords, man?
As you approach Chaz, and you lay
The pelt with the skin.
the hide
That.
on his counter. He looks a bit perplexed because the amount is substantial. He's like, I didn't think it was this big. And as he works over and he looks over everything, he pulls from under the counter this backpack styled thing, and he fits it over your shoulders and he tightens the straps. And as he's explaining it, as he's explaining, a few of the enchantments, he's telling you, well, I understand weight's gonna be a thing, and I thought about that long and hard. So I decided to get a bit of a reversal spell imbued into it, as well as a, weightless spell. More like a feather fall. It'll still have weight. But as he walks over, and once again you hear Kalar's voice reach out, oh god, not again, as he picks Kalar up and slides him kind of down into the little pouch satchel. He kind of gets smaller and smaller until he's about the size of, say, a normal German Shepherd again. Just kind of hanging out back there. Yeah. And he's like, he's still fully grown. And the moment he steps out of that, you might want to get out of the way, because this is not a forever fix. It's going to be kind of difficult once he's fully grown for him to get back into that, so you may have to work something out later down the line. But for at least a while, you'll be able to carry...
I have an idea of a couple things that we could do.
He kind of nods his head. He's like, dude, do you know anybody who wants, like, armor or anything out of the rest of this hide? That's like 5 of what I thought I was gonna get.
Well, it wasn't a serpent.
He kind of looks at you and doesn't say anything, but you kind of get the, oh. As Murphy walks in, even Murphy's kind of downtrodden by this, and as he walks in, Chaz immediately tries to, pick at him and kind of needle him a little bit, but Murphy doesn't really rise to it. And Murphy kind of looks at him for a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. It was
Murphy.
I'm trying to think.
Go ahead.
If I should actually give him the details. I mean, it's not gonna change anything. You have a bean.
I got you. Go ahead.
I'm trying to... Okay. It was a gator. Ancient, even. But it was also a mother. And a mate. Put simply, our group
As
isn't
you
too happy
watch-
about splitting a family the way we did.
As you watch, you can see Chaz's features fall, and the lively man that was with you before kinda looks up in age. It looks like the years that didn't seem to show weigh heavy on him. He says, I feel like it's only right that we honor this creature. It's been here longer than we have by a large margin. And I think the proper thing we should do is he kind of trails off with that thought before he roughly grabs the collar of Murphy's armor and starts shaking it kind of violently. So as he shakes Murphy, he's like, you. Murphy kind of just grabs his arm and gives it a little squeeze. And you notice that there's a grimace that goes across Chaz's face. Does it kind of fucking hurt? And he's like, we've got work to do, and you're just gonna, what? Mope around? And he says something along the lines of, why? Was it a friend of yours? And Murphy brings his fist down, cracking the wood countertop.
Wrong move, dude. Wrong move.
It was like, if you were half as good at
What am I doing?
working material, you're about to receive a great gift for Ellie. He's like, if you were half as good at working material as you were tearing shit up in my shop, you'd have already found at least 3 different ways to make something out of this. And Murphy kind of gets a dazed look like, oh, he's right. Before snapping his fingers, he runs out and he grabs you, Ellie. Once again, you are being carried bridal style into this leatherworker's shop. As he picks you up, he sets you on the counter, and they are just kind of ignoring all of your protests by taking measurements of how high your arms move and where your weapons sit, and all of these things. Murphy takes you and takes all of your measurements with the help of Chaz, and they get your measurements down before both of them stand up at the same time, and they're like, okay, you gotta go. Before both of them, Murphy pushing you with one hand, Nix, while cradling Ellie in the other, and setting you gently on the ground outside before they slam the door to this shop, and a gate kind of rolls down in front of it, and the lights seem to go out.
Let's go find the Lorax before we go to the palace. That's our next course of action. Sharky, do we need to take a break?
Are you okay? We can take a break, hon.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Let's go to the Lorax
fine.
then. Assuming...
Lorax?
Oh, well, I guess... Are you even still on the boat? I didn't even think about that. Okay.
Where is the Lorax considering to where we are? Real quick, hold on.
Down the street.
I am where?
You're with me.
Are you and Ellie, are you and Nixie, excuse me, are together,
I
and the
am-
Lorax, he is
I am
down the
being held by
street.
who?
Nobody's holding you. He just dropped you out of the
Not
store.
right now. Yeah, they were working on something for you, and you couldn't see it. You weren't supposed to see it.
Have you seen like I'll send you some material later. But it's like a battle robe slash dress thing
I'm glad because
that
I
my
have.
character would be preferably wearing type thing that I would like some space to be able to write some runes on, to do some specific things. I would like also space around like, you know, the left arm area for like a specific thing. Flat area, somewhat specific to write some runes on.
It will be as you have described. I promise you.
I'm holding
I'll
it
draw it
together
up
as
for
best
you.
as I can.
I
You're
know,
okay.
hon. You're doing great. Lorax, you see Ellie and Nyx approaching from down the street, and they don't look so well.
I'm fine.
Sorry, your ear was. I don't know. Guess you grabbed it. Okay.
So as y'all meet up, the streets are
Fine.
actually clean. Everything actually looks to be a little bit busier. It almost seems like trade and traffic have come through.
All right. Shall approach.
I approach Comfort after I am unsure what happened at this point. Me being off and looking for the economy seems to have really improved in this area too.
How much longer are we going for, by the way?
However long y'all want
We
to go.
can, yeah.
I'm okay to continue going.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know why that hit me so hard,
It's okay.
but it did.
My soul is very conflicted right now because as I DM, I want to make a campaign where you guys feel things. Like, you become attached to your
It's okay.
characters, you love them. And I did not know that I was going to. And the worst part, like, I didn't mean for this to be sad.
That went against like every last one of my morals. I got
You're okay.
conflicted because it was
Hey.
like we have a job to do, but fuck.
You're okay.
Because I'm not sober, I don't know why that hit me so hardly there. It's okay.
You're okay.
It's
The ones that I mean to hit you hard, I know are gonna hit extremely hard. And I'm gonna cry because I know one that's coming and it's gonna fuck me up.
It's okay. It's okay.
But yes, I am good to continue going. I
We'll
am
go as long as
absolutely
you both
okay to
want
continue
to.
going.
As long as you both want to stay awake, that is up to both of y'all. I have been going until
I have to
about...
be awake till 6 o'clock anyways.
I've been going till
Oh
about 4 or
god
5
damn
in the
it,
morning.
you
the
could
past
fuck off.
several
I'm
days.
sorry.
So this is just
You're
up to you
okay.
two.
I need to relax and recline upon the cussing. But I'm going
All
to
good.
Wow,
good.
that stutter.
It's nerves, hon.
I have to decline an invite from someone because of the recent shit that they did to one of my friends. Or with one of my friends. Blah blah blah, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Okay, continue on. Forward. Story.
Pedro.
As you, Ellie, and Nix have all met up with the Lorax, there's Lorax, Ellie, and Nix have all met up here in the middle of town.
I still
You
have
can
the egg
see
with me,
that,
right?
yes, you have not put that down,
The what?
the egg.
Oh, yeah.
Do you mind if I constantly have what
Should
is this
ask
creature exactly?
it's one of the gators. It's their
Yeah,
egg.
it's an ancient. But if you want a real,
What
a
specific
real,
things does this egg need to?
Survive.
What specific conditions does this egg needs to
I
survive?
didn't even think about that.
that's okay. Here's the good part.
If it needs
You,
a small bit of heat, then I would like to be constantly supplying it with heat by making some runes out of my magic, and to allow it to keep being warm.
I would more be worried about the humidity. You
and
gotta think of
holding
how
it.
humid the cave was.
here's
That's
what
fine.
I'll
I
do.
can supply that as well.
You should just have
you
the
keep
leathersmith
like
make
to
you
apply
like a
its
pouch for it and just like
passively.
put runes on the inside to have it at the perfect conditions for the egg and then just put the egg in the pouch.
I'm going to continuously hold this thing for a while until it hatches.
It is the new baby.
the new baby,
I'm
and it will be a very good baby.
sorry, but you might see my
Mama
parenting
mode.
instincts kick in
Mhm.
because that's what's kind of taking over at the moment.
All good.
I love to see it.
All right.
So,
Mouth is
Lorax,
being kept shut.
you have some information you wish to pass down, I believe.
Hi, bear.
Yeah.
Bedtime. Hi,
The
baby. Come cut. Nope. Other side. Come over here. Bear. Come on. I know you don't know how to cuddle. Come on.
the prince is looking for us.
Come over here.
What's going on?
Who? What?
It's looking for you guys. The prince is looking for you guys.
Oh, yeah, because
No.
we killed the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that everything? Just that they're... Oh, that was a waste. That they were looking for us?
I'll save it.
What?
It's
Save
not
what?
a combat thing that y'all are going to, that roll.
Oh.
So, where
19.
is that tavern map?
If it's a filled tavern, it's going to be up here. Probably that.
So, we're going to do a little time skip. And I'm going to bring you, this is not a tavern at all. Not a tavern. This
What would you consider this?
is a
Oh, you mean the
castle.
palace.
Hotel.
Palace.
Yeah, this is the
It's-
palace.
We're faking it.
And as you, all of you, enter in, you are ushered by an escort of guards to a large throne room. As you enter the throne room, which we'll say this is the throne room, as you enter the throne room, you hear a young voice screech out of, in the way that young children do. You hear this voice go, "Oh boy, adventurers are here. Come, come, I want to see you." As he waves you down and you approach the throne, which, by the way, this child cannot be much older than 5, 6 years old.
A 5-year-old
Excuse me.
running a palace?
Let me get to it, I promise. He said, as you come close, how do you wish to greet this prince?
I guess bow. That's how
Ellie,
you would.
while still holding the egg, is going to bow while holding that egg as close as possible to her chest.
I'm going.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna bow with Kalar on my back, but that's how you
As you
approach
all,
royalty.
and Lorax, you as well.
You would put either your
Yeah,
left
I
or
would
right
also
knee
bow.
towards the floor while having the other one still upright with your foot against
Ground.
The ground flat.
the floor, the ground flat. Yeah, thank you. And
A-
Taylor would
As
just be sitting on your back, nor just not doing anything.
as you approach and you all bow, paying your respects to the prince of the human kingdom, he says, I heard you guys slayed a monster. That's what adventurers do. That's a great thing. I would like to give
Ellie's
you
going
all
to
the
take this
money.
time to move as far back as possible with the egg.
So you're gonna
Understandable.
slowly inch away from him. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look, the crown on the prince's head does not fit at all.
I'm going to.
He's like, I'm going to
gently-
give you
Oh, go ahead.
all the money, all the gold, all the shiny. You can have it all. Adventurers get all of that. From
That-
behind the throne, you hear
yeah.
another voice, a deeper voice,
I figured as much.
say, Asterion, what are you doing in my chair, and why are you wearing that, and who are these lovely people in my throne room,
Going
and
to
what
bow
have you
again.
told them so far?
Going to casually bow again.
He waves off your formalities. He's like, no, please don't. You'll only encourage him. This is not how we behave. I appreciate the sentiment that you all pay as newcomers to this place, but we are not. That is not how we do things here. I am here as a title and a figurehead more than anything. The people make decisions here.
To a bit of a less
As
formal palace. Understandable.
he says,
What he says about me
finally,
being backed away from the rest of the party.
he's going to kind of look, and he's got a decent perception, so he sees that you're holding something, and he kind of like cuffs his little brother on the back of the head and takes his crown and sets it back on his own before picking his brother up and setting him on the arm of the chair. As he sits down, he looks at you first, Ellie, and he says, That's one of the eggs from that creature, isn't it?"
Indeed.
I'm sure you can understand what look I am going to look at whoever is sitting down on the throne right now.
I'm just going to agree
He's
with
going
him
to-
in her respect.
He's gonna raise his hands, kind of placating you. No, I'm not here to take it or break it or anything like that. Those creatures,
I'm not being specifically sad or anything. Or actually, no, protective. I'm being more sad than anything.
It was.
and he kind of picks up on that. Those creatures, we have old scrolls that tell about giants that used to walk these plains, and the term that comes to mind is Dinosuchus, is what the ancients called this thing.
Dinosaur.
And I believed
That's the name of a dinosaur, is it?
Mm-hmm.
it is a large alligator. And
Fuck.
he kind of goes on. He's like, I believe them to be extinct, and I feel as if a tragedy
As
has
he's
occurred
speaking,
here.
can I wrap my arms around this egg more?
Yes.
They very much were not extinct, and we very much so did just push them out of probably their only safe space in this world at this moment.
He kind of nods his head, and you see a great look of just. You can see that he's thinking hard about something that he's about to say. Before he looks at you, Ellie, and he says, "What would you have me do? What would the answer be?" I gild her skull as the queen, a nickname that you have all given her, and it is spread all the way back to me. I could gild her skull and leave it as a remembrance. I could bury it and give it a proper human honors.
I was gonna say make a statue.
I
Do
could
not
make a
gild her
statue,
skull.
Show.
I do not
and we
wish you
won't.
to cover her skull in gold.
Yeah, no, that's kind of messed up.
Just
I'd
a
say
proper burial.
bury the skull and then make like a
Place
statue
for
over top of where the burial
king
is.
to come visit.
You know how like
But I
some
would
of like
rather
famous
have
people back
you
in the day,
ask.
they made like statues to go over their graves.
I would rather you ask the king
He left though. They're not
on
going to be
what to
able to
bury
get
her.
back in contact with him.
The prince sits in contemplation for a moment before he stands up and he grabs a bunch of scrolls and wax seals and he lays them out on a table to the side. As he waves you guys on to come over to him, it's a map of the surrounding area.
Oh, maybe you can figure out where he
He
went.
looks once again at you, Ellie, and he's like, looking between you, Nyx, and you, Ellie, is there a way that could attract his attention to come back?
That's a good question.
I'm looking at you. I have to focus on this egg.
A way to attract an alligator.
Perhaps
Dinosaur, but if you are continuing this conversation,
a
The
conservation
only
effort
issue is,
must
though,
be made.
that my character did indeed tell him that it was best for him to leave, like full on leave the area.
I would at least like the prince to at least attempt to be. Or at least attempt to.
Contact him.
No, I am going back to the original reason why we came here.
Oh, the treaty.
Mm-hmm. While
As
also
you-
hugging this egg tightly. Yeah, that.
We actually had another reason why we came to speak with you. The
He kind of
kill was more to gain your trust and kind of earn this
seek an
more
audience.
than anything. Yeah. You're
I'm gonna just say if any guard tries to get close to me to take this egg, they will not have a good time.
Are you saying that to the prince? Say that to the prince.
No, I'm just saying this in general. If any guard tries to take this egg from me, there will not be fun times ahead of us.
you're in a war currently? Are you aware of this?
He kind of looks puzzled and then pulls out an extremely long list of names
God.
from a pocket on his coat, and he's like, which one?
It's against 2 dwarven kingdoms and
I'm
an
gonna
elven
chime.
kingdom.
I was gonna chime in and say
ahead.
the one with the 2 dwarven kingdoms that I have united already, and also
The
the
elven
fact that there
kingdom.
is also a elven kingdom involved in this. Well, not looking directly
do
at
the
him, but holding the
names
egg still.
Vigo and Lyrax come to mind?
I have some god awful old documentation for the old bastards. But yes, I'm familiar with the names.
Would you be willing to
Do you
try
have
and make a treaty between them?
I don't really have a reason not to. They haven't spoken. We picked the side of the elves because they taught us magic, but that was so long ago.
So y'all haven't
And
actually been involved, like, in a long time?
as far as I
Ellie,
know,
from
the
where she
last
is, do you
person.
mind if I go speak to them? Even if I might not have the best relationship with the elves.
If you would be our ambassador, I would be more than willing to have you go forth and at least, take somewhat of a good message. They haven't spoken to us in quite a while, and it's just the ones and twos that actually do come through this city anymore.
Well,
With that said, he looks back to you, Nix, and he's like, I could definitely parlay treaty. If you had a way to summon any of them here now, we could get this done in blood.
have a way to actually get the dwarves here, but I don't have a way to get
Ellie
the elves.
quietly says, blow the horn.
It looks like we're blowing the horn. So I'm going to lift this necklace, because I've just kept it around my neck. I'm going to lift it to my mouth and just blow into it.
So as you let loose with this note, it's a beautiful sound that echoes gracefully around the human architecture. As it finally finishes out, you see a small spark appear in the middle of the floor. It starts to kind of jump around a bit. It's a bit finicky before it suddenly blazes a bright white light. And you
That's a
see
portal.
12 fully plated dwarven centurions, and Vigo and Lyrax leading them. As they step out of the light,
not needed.
Vigo and Lyrax both kind of simultaneously say, is this Blowhard the one giving you a hard time?
May I interject real quickly?
Go ahead.
Yes.
I'm going to grab the gun that's upon my waist. Onto the wild magic barrel and say, if you start any shit here, I swear to God I will pull this trigger.
Vigo looks at you and he's like,
we are
whoa,
here
whoa.
to make peace treaty, and I am holding this egg.
He's
and
like,
I'm sure
easy
they
lass.
shall see the look upon my face as I am holding this egg.
Vigo and Lyrax kind of cut their eyes to each other and they're like, easy lass. We don't need any trouble. We expected there to be trouble.
Sorry, that
That's why
was
these guys are here.
my fault. Can't really clarify that through a horn. He asked for us to
I'm
summon
going to
y'all
slink
for the
back
treaty.
to the corner of the room.
As you slink back,
As I apologize.
It's okay.
the prince, which by the way,
If you-
the prince's name is Naga.
I
Naga.
couldn't tell my motherly
Notga?
instincts are
Like
very much
Notga?
very strong.
Nahga. Naga.
Nahga.
It's two names.
Like,
More think Asian pronunciation of it.
So NAH and then
like
GA, like two separate names?
Is Na and his second name is Ga.
Gaga.
Okay.
Huh?
Sorry, I was writing this down. All good.
As he grabs a blank piece of parchment, you see him furiously scribbling across the top. And as you're reading over his shoulder, all it says is this is to certify that the human cities and all therefore who fall under the rule of Iron Wall are hereby ordered to cease any and all hostile activities against the Dwarven kingdoms. All trade is to be
Where?
reopened and to boost the economy. At the bottom, he's like, we'll figure that out. He's like, this is all I want.
Where's
As
the
he walks over to
skeletons?
Vigo. Smart girl. As he walks over,
I didn't hear what was said. I blinked.
she said, where's the skeletons? As immediately I was about to say, a bony hand reaches from behind one of the pillars in this throne room and snatches the parchment from his hand before three of them begin reading through it. As they're reading, they all kind of
I'm
are
going
bickering.
to approach the skeletons.
They see you approach, and they kind of slowly roll it up. And the three orcs skeletons are kind of like trying desperately to appear invisible against the back wall. Like, they're watching you, but they don't want you to know that they're there. Think of the poorest stealth that you can possibly imagine. And I said three skeletons. It's four skeletons in the Osha Boys. The one with the hard hat steps forward to greet you with a low bow and a pat on top of your head, Ellie. Is there anything that you
I'm
would like
going
to say to them?
return the bow.
As he watches you return the bow, he takes notice of the egg in your arms, and he turns around and he's like jumping up and down excitedly, trying to get the
I'm going
attention
to
of the
hold
other
this
three
egg
skeletons.
and move it away from them.
As he finally starts slapping the back of their heads, and they all turn to face you, you kind of watch as the other three skeletons' jaws just drop open before they kind of swarm you, and you can tell it's not threatening. They're not trying to hurt you or take anything from you, but they're all kind of just jumping up and down like you're almost like you're pregnant, and they're celebrating what could be a new baby in the world. As they're
I'm
jumping
sorry,
up and
but
down,
I trust issues. I protecting this egg.
they understand, and as they see that it makes you uncomfortable, they all kind of step away, and they do that little thing where their hands are in front of their face and they're looking and jumping up and down, kind of celebrating. The orcs, however, back against the wall, are kind of just watching their boss gush over a baby dinosaur, so to speak. But he reaches.
Ellie grabs gun, but does not pull it out of sheath. Do I need to roll for intimidation?
You do not. You don't have to roll for this one, because as soon as they see your hand dart down for that gun, all of them stand stock still like they're statues on a wall. They're like, oh.
Good.
The OSHA hat wearing skeleton pulls from his bag a few different items. One is an egg carrying case that, crazily enough, is still sparks, and there's a little few feathers floating down as well.
Mm-hmm.
As he hands you this bag,
Plates, Kayla, you little shit. I know you did it.
As you are handed this bag, they kind of mime the action of putting it on. So, are you gonna put it on?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like a little harness. So as you put it on, and you slide the egg down in it, you feel like both the humidity around the egg get higher, and the temperature maintain at a good temperature. Now roll me a perception check real quick. As you're holding the egg, you feel slight movement. Nothing serious. Nothing truly just outrageous. But you can feel something moving inside it.
I mean, if it was the only egg left that was viable, it shouldn't be far behind when it comes to hatching.
As the prince walks over and snatches, rather rudely I might add, the scroll from the skeleton's hand, the skeleton kind of turns and gives him a look of, "Excuse me?" crosses his arm, and waits for the prince to, I guess, say anything. But if the prince is just more interested in getting this treaty signed, he walks back over to Vigo and Lyrax and hands it down. He's like, "I don't care about anything else. I don't know why you fought my great-great-grandparents. I don't give a shit about none of that. I want an official end to any hostilities, because I'm going to be honest with you, having troops trained up to fight a war that may never come is so draining on an economy."
How did I get here?
So Lyrax and Vigo both take their turn and they sign it.
3 times, guys, sign 3 times. I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, he's like, sign here, here, and
I've
here.
also got to
also
sign
here and
mine
here.
onto this.
All of you do, actually.
What?
I mean,
Yeah, y'all are trustees.
I'm the only one who signed my name for the union, the treaty for the two dwarven kingdoms.
That's because you were signing to
That's
name it, though.
true.
Yeah, I was the only one who signed it, though, out of the party.
That is true. You are the only one out of us that signed it.
Y'all will have to correct that later. That's important. But as you all come forth, the prince and OSHA boys are waving y'all on to come sign this piece of paper. Immediately, the prince turns back around to you, Ellie. He's like, "Is there any noise? Something to attract him back?"
The cooing.
A king should not be thrown out of his kingdom.
The baby cooing.
As the prince takes and listens to this, he calls forth a few of his mages. And he sends them to the top of the parapet walls. And they amplify this noise thousands of times. Different variations, different tonic syllables. As y'all all run up to the parapet walls to see, you hear a low, rumbling growl that can be heard for miles. Answer back. The prince, now realizing that he has just invited a great big meat-eating carnivore back to a land it was just kicked out of, suddenly grabs both you and Nixie, Ellie, and comes back to the map. And he's like, look, perhaps I acted a bit rash. There's a few things that we should get done before he comes back. It's been, what, a day, 2 days? I don't know how fast he can get back, but we need to set up a concentrated conservation effort and give him a place to stay. Where on this map would you put him? And on this map, you see... Hold on, let me get a blank one. Boop, blank.
Wrong.
Now you get to see the coast of Ironwall. So... And then you have an inlet.
Are they able to swim very well?
They're
I mean,
gators.
yes,
Yes, they can
need
swim.
high.
You
was
have the
making
inlet
sure.
here.
If they're gators, then some gators would burrow at least 13 feet deep. Normal-sized gators would burrow 13 feet deep into the ground, right next to the coastline, for hibernation. But considering how big these are, they would dig much deeper, which would explain the cave that they were in. So I would find a cliffside or a very massive beach that has no city nearby.
That is very true. Unless you
So
want
he's
them
pulled
coming in here
inward
and
in
taking your
a
livestock still. I mean, the
pulled
ones that y'all thought were
inward
serpents were
towards
just babies.
a area where the wind from the coast or the sea would be pulling in as much moisture into the land as possible, which unfortunately might somewhat be close to farmland, because farmland does need a bit of rain to be fertile. But considering the fact that they are carnivores, they could either go to the ocean to get food, or could have farmers specifically breed livestock to
Feed them.
produce enough livestock to keep them at bay. That is either whether it's livestock on land or livestock that would be like fish farms if they decide to go that route.
The prince looks at you, and for the first time, it's almost like somebody sees you as more than just a gunslinger. And he's like, I actually am going to take every piece of that advice. We
Or
do
you could
have
do
a
both.
place. He's going to build. I'm going to build farms for both land-based livestock, and I say we give them
because there are some plants that you could grow within deep water that if you were to harvest right down near towards the bottom of the water, if you have magic to swim that deep, kelp or anything like that, it could make that plant be much more valuable. Depending on what plant you decide to harvest for deep water, if you have any.
As the prince sets up multiple plans, following every decision and idea you have given him, he immediately sends about 12 garrisons of troops. I would say easily
Which
10,000,
the
15,000 soldiers.
the plants wouldn't just feed the fish, it would also, if you have extra, could be used as a way of garnish or just a specific piece in some type of food. Like, if we're talking specifically kelp, we would be talking about sushi for the main population of your kingdom.
Once again,
Then
he
you
calls
also
another group of couriers to him, giving out the messages to this land. He sent 50,000 troops to build and fortify area. I'd say 100 square miles on horseback, with a kind of conservation effort in mind. He has isolated a beach. He has brought all of these things to bear. And he looks over and he tells you, you have probably single-handedly saved an entire species from being slowly wiped out. I only wish that it could have been done under better circumstance. But you will be noted and acknowledged for what you have done here today. And what you carry with you will be your reminder of what you've done here today as well. And with that being said,
starts to cry.
oh, that being said, I gotta call it, guys. I'm gonna keep crying and I'm gonna drown in my headset. And you guys are bullies because I'm the DM and you made me fucking sad. That's rude.
Good night to those of you who are watching our video. Thank you for watching and hope y'all enjoyed or had an emotional roller coaster like the rest of us did. See you back whenever we're able to continue.